Hello, this video will serve as an introduction for the grade 1 science PSEA curriculum. First, I'm going to begin by showing you how to actually access the curriculum. This year, we're accessing the curriculum through True North Logic. So you're going to want to go to your True North Logic page, and I'm on the home page right now. You're going to go all the way to the bottom of the page, and then you're going to click on Courses of Study Curriculum Links. And when you click on that, it's going to bring up this document. So this document is the curriculum, shows the curriculum for all programs of study for this coming school year. When you're searching for the science curriculum, an easy way to search would be to press Control F, and you're going to type in grade 1 science. When you type that in, it will find it for you right away. Because this is a rather long document, that's just an easier way to get to the line that you need to get to. So once you'll see that here's the grade 1 science document, you're going to click on that link and it's going to bring up this master folder. So this folder has within it all of the different units that you'll be teaching for science this year for grade 1. So you notice that there's 3 folders here. It says U1, GR1, Air and Weather. So that's your first unit. And then you have U2, Unit 2, that's Sound and Light. And this one says FOSS NJSLS-S. So that kit, Unit 2, will actually be the new FOSS NJSLS kits. And then Unit 3 is Grade 1 Insects. And then there's an addition to that, which is Plants and Animals. So a lot of the activities from Plants and Animals, we supplemented the FOSS book with additional lessons. In addition to the 3 master folders for each of the units, you also see that you have your pacing guide. So let me jump over to the pacing guide for a second. In the pacing guide, you'll see that the first few days, so from September 7th, which is the first day of school, all the way up to September 15th, you guys will be teaching this introductory PowerPoint, which Ms. Carbonell will be going over on the meeting, either the 5th or the 6th. So she'll be going over in detail what's included in that introductory PowerPoint. You also have a link right here that links you to that introductory PowerPoint. So you're going to be starting the FOSS kits for Unit 1, Air and Weather. You'll be starting on the 18th. So this is your pacing guide. As you go further down in the pacing guide, it'll tell you how long that you have for each investigation. So let me jump back to the folders. So here you'll see that you have that master folder for each of the units. So I'm going to click on Unit 1, Grade 1, Air and Weather, which is your first unit. And when I click on that unit, that folder, you're going to see that several folders come up. So each of these folders links you to a specific investigation. Honestly, you don't need to dive into each of these individual folders because if you go to the unit plan, all of those folders are linked inside the unit plan. So I'm going to click on Grade 1 Air and Weather Unit Plan. And it's going to bring up this unit plan document. So we're going to start from the top here. So we have our science vision, we have our science mission, we have a link to possible modifications that you can include in your lessons, and cross-culture connections. So you can see your unit titles, Air and Weather Unit, Grade 1, length of unit 10 weeks. So this UB document is the same type of UB document that's used for all of PSEA's curriculum. So you have your stage 1, you'll see in the left, you have your priority standards. So for this particular unit, we're working, it's Earth Science, right? So that's where you see 1-ESSS. So that's Earth Science. And it's Standard 1-1. So for this unit, you're working on Standard 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 3-3. And then there's also a component of 2 PS 1-1, and then the K2 engineering standards as well. Now, the most important part of stage 1 for grade 1 is the priority standards. So what standards am I going to be asked to cover in this unit? And then also the transfer goal. So the transfer goal for this unit is that the students will conduct hands-on investigations to demonstrate how weather, seasons, sun and moon relationships are predictable events which can be observed by using scientific tools. So that's your transfer goal. So that's what the students are expected to learn by the end of the unit. So that is going to be lined also to the content that's in the performance assessment, which is your stage 2. So those are the two most important things that you're going to see in stage 1. You're going to see the standards and the transfer goal. So standards are telling us what the students are expected to learn in this unit. Transfer goal is saying what is that big idea that they're going to learn by the end of the unit. So if you go further down, you have your overarching enduring understandings, central questions, and then here you have your unit specific enduring understandings and unit specific essential questions for each of the investigations. So there's 4 investigations in this unit. Now, although this unit is still using the FOSS, the older kits, it's not using the NJSLS-S kits for FOSS, but you still are incorporating the science and engineering practices and the cross-cutting concepts when you are implementing this curriculum. And where do you see them? Well, a lot of the skills are actually derived from those cross-cutting concepts and the science and engineering practices. You'll see the skills are listed here. So we're still in stage 1. You also have your K over here, which is the knowledge, and those are the pieces and bits of information that the students are going to need to know throughout the unit. We go further down, then we get into stage 2. So stage 2, you have the performance task, you have the GRASP template, which is the teacher's version, and then you have the student-friendly template. So this template here, this template is what you're actually going to be giving to the students. So if you click on the link, it's going to bring up the student-friendly performance task for that unit. So remember, the performance task or the performance assessment, that is a common assessment. So everybody in grade 1 will be implementing this particular performance assessment for the students. So let's go back to that document. So in addition to assessing using the performance task, you're also able to assess in other ways like we normally would do, DOLs, checking for understanding, exit slips, quizzes, science journals, tests, etc. Now, when we get to stage 3, everything that you need for stage 3, which is the learning plan, is actually linked in the document already for you. So again, you have the modifications. If you need any ideas for modifications for any of your students, you can go to that link and get some ideas. You also have a link for the cross-cultural connections as well. Now here, for each investigation, there's a document. So investigation 1 is exploring air. For that particular investigation, you're going to be using about 12 class periods, single class periods. Then you have investigation 2, 8 periods, investigation 3, 14 periods. Investigation 4 is going to be an additional 8 periods. And on the bottom here, you have white space. So white space is basically there's 5 extra days that are embedded in the pacing chart for this unit. So that's to account for you needing to extend or reteach a particular lesson. So let's go into our first investigation so you can get an idea of what the stage 3 documents look like. So if we go to our first investigation, which is exploring air, and we click on the link, this is what a stage 3 document looks like. So the stage 3 document, again, you're seeing the approximate number of days. You see the standards on the side here as well that are going to be covered in this particular investigation. And then for each investigation, you kind of have a synopsis of what the investigation is going to be about. You have suggested supports for ELLs. Here are links to the pages that you're going to be using in FOSS. And then there's a detailed explanation with possible objectives that you can use for the lesson. Now remember, this stage 3 document, this is where the teacher has some autonomy. If you decide that one of the lessons or one of the videos or one of the activities in the stage 3 document you would like to change or alter or extend or modify or shorten based on the needs of your student, that's up to the teacher. Same thing for the objectives. If you feel that the objective doesn't exactly align to that particular activity, it's up to the teacher to change it. So this is really where the teacher has autonomy, the stage 3 document. So everything in stage 3 are suggested activities. They're not mandatory. They're just there to guide the teacher. And if you want to change them again or you want to extend or shorten them, that's entirely up to the teacher. So I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me so I can answer any questions. Thank you.